Hello. Welcome everybody back to the Retrobates podcast. I'm your host Mouse. Today I'm joined, of course, by my co-host Tuke.
Hello.
My other co-host Rich, who was not here last week, so this is his grand entrance, if you like.
Hurry.
Sam, unfortunately, couldn't join us tonight. He's what did you say he was doing, Tuke?
He's have you seen Titanic, where he's like painting his dog in one of those weird sexual positions? And he's
Oh yeah, that's it again. I forgot. I've got bad memory. So in his stead, we have special guest Dan.
Hello.
So today we're going to be talking about anything in and around conspiracy theories. There's a ton of them out there. 2020 held a few itself. And thinking back to it, 2020 was fucking crazy, man. Fucking crazy.
I don't think 2021's getting any better though.
It hasn't started off as bad as 2020 did, man. 2020 introduced us to fucking wildfires across the world, like over 1 million animals burning to death, and then a fucking supposedly deadly virus spread around the world. George Floyd, mate, 2020 was fucking mental. I might make a t-shirt, I survived 2020.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that's already out. Yeah.
It must be. I want to get one. Hopefully aliens invade this year and we can just sort of call it a day.
What you need to do is create a t-shirt that says "I survived 2022."
yeah.
Oh.
And then just sit on it.
What's 2022? Do you mean like 2020 Mark II? Oh, okay, now I'm with you. Yeah.
Oh, okay, right.
I meant exactly what I said.
I don't mean like you're gonna walk around with it now, like wearing it now, like.
Some sort of time traveler.
Why 2022 though? Why not
Looks
2021?
like a right.
Because you're ahead.
If
you're
you
ahead
die
of
as
the
well.
map, aren't you?
You're ahead of the game.
Yeah, exactly.
You got to be ahead of game in business.
What if you die later on this year as well? People see a photo of you in that T-shirt, they'll think, "What a twat!"
Yeah, imagine like fucking having it on your funeral.
Yeah.
But you'll get some people thinking it's like time traveler though. You'll get a good story out of it somewhere.
Have you seen that that picture of that geezer? It's like one of the oldest photos taken. It's all like black and white and grainy as fuck. And there's a geezer wearing like sports shades, like modern clothing. I think he's got like a digital camera and stuff. And there's this big conspiracy surrounding it saying that he's a time traveler.
Yeah, there's people with like smartphones and stuff as well, isn't there?
Yeah, let me find the fucking picture, and I'll throw it up. If you're watching on YouTube, I'll throw it up on the video. For now, I'm just going to show these gentlemen here because it is quite mental.
You know there is a such thing called Photoshop.
No, I know, but I think this has been sort of critiqued by like editors and stuff like that, and it's seen as to be like looks genuine as fuck.
Oh, okay.
Have a look at that.
Yeah, I've seen that before.
I feel like that could easily be photoshopped.
I mean, yeah, you never really know, do you? But I mean, that's quite a famous example of that conspiracy. Because I mean, I think it's his glasses more than anything, man, and like sort of his like half a zipped up hoodie when he's obviously in a time where trilbies and suits were sort of the done thing.
Maybe this guy was just a fucking nutcase. People look at him like, "Look at that twat."
Nobody's ever gonna wear anything like that.
Vaccine, let's vote, yay or nay.
I probably will get it eventually, to be honest.
So it's a yes from Tuke. I'll have to say it's a no from me. I don't think I need it.
I've been out coughing on old women, sneezing on babies.
Well, this is the thing. I went shops earlier, and the geezer's ringing up my food, and he's just touching it with his hands, but he's wearing a fucking face mask. So I was just like, what's the point?
Well, they're supposed to be sanitized shops, though, aren't they? So,
Yeah, but like fuck they are.
So those knobs who go around with a fucking face mask over the mouth with the nose popping out as well. Like, what's the fucking point in that? What are you doing?
I personally love them.
or the chin huggers. That's always a good one.
What's that?
Where they just have them over their chin.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Yeah. Well, yeah. Same sort of thing, innit?
What about you then, Dan? You reckon you're gonna get it?
Oh yeah, I'll be getting it when it's offered to me. It's not just that I might get it or I don't get it. Do you know what I mean? It's whether I carry it.
Yeah.
So like, say for instance, things return back to normal, and masks become less of a thing, and people slowly stop hand sanitizing, stuff like that. Injection's not going to remove it from the atmosphere.
Yeah, it's weird though, isn't it? Because it's like I don't know, it's like Ebola and SARS and all these things. Are they still a thing, or I didn't have to get no injection for SARS or Ebola or anything. So why is this different? I can't remember Ebola ever affecting anywhere apart from Africa.
I think we had the odd case here because we had those charity nurses going over.
The only time I've seen Ebola in England was at my skate park because someone spray painted it on one of the ramps. Hashtag Ebola. And when I say someone, I mean me.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I thought I was cool, didn't I? What about you then, Rich? Yes or no for the vaccine?
I'm going to say yes, just because on the same lengths as Dan, like, I've got to think of my grandparents and whatnot.
Yeah,
If you want to get back in the pubs, you've already said it.
You didn't let me finish my point.
He goes to the pubs with his grandparents. Yeah.
And just so I could do shit with the missus and that, you know what I mean?
Why, how old is she?
Oh, just like going down and actually doing
Eat
stuff.
by then.
Lockdown's done me beautifully.
Yeah. She's really blossomed in these last 2 years.
She's had loads of time off school.
I can't wait for the police to knock on my door now.
Pedo jokes.
Pedo jokes, everybody.
Woo!
Episode 2. Woo!
Next second strike. Yay!
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose we should inform them.
Yeah. What happened?
A week into our YouTube channel, instantly got a warning and instantly got a strike. So
Yeah.
2 more strikes and we're cancelled.
Yeah, it's pretty unfortunate that. So we made quite a tight upload schedule where we want to upload 3 videos a week. We want to do 1 podcast, 1 gaming video, and a reaction video. So we did the podcast, and then 2 days later we uploaded our first reaction video. There's that one classic video where that kid's got like a Nerf gun or something, and for some reason unknown to anyone, he point blank points it at his genitals. His chopper, and just lets loose, pulls the trigger, and then he does this little fucking dance and starts crying, and yeah, hilarity ensues. So that was part of the compilation, and they sent us a warning saying you can't upload videos that have anything to do with kids hurting themselves or getting hurt or whatever. So I stupidly re-edited the video, took that particular clip out, re-uploaded it, made it over 18, not made for kids, all of that. And then, yeah, they gave us our first strike, which has made us not be able to upload for a whole week, which really fucking sucks, because you can only have 4 strikes and then you're done. They take your channel away from you. Seems a little bit ridiculous to me, but it is what it is. I kind of understand. So we're just going to sort of avoid anything to do with children, unless we're talking about Rich's girlfriend.
Yeah, cheers, mate.
It does seem a bit ridiculous, though, doesn't it?
I mean, the video that we were reacting to was already on YouTube with like 1.7 million views and over a year old.
And we did appeal it. We did make that point known to YouTube. We said, look, we were reacting to a video that was already uploaded on your platform, and it's a year old and has 1.7 million views, as Tuke just said. They just never replied. So who fucking knows? Maybe that's a conspiracy. Maybe they're just fucking up the little guy, but they don't want to hurt anyone that's bringing them money.
We were going to link the video, but I thought it was better to not grass them up as well. So maybe if we'd have linked it, they might have got cancelled as well, but I doubt it.
The coming Tuesday, it's the strike. The strike is off, or at least the week ban from uploading is off. So it'll be podcast number 2, and then our first gaming video, which is going to be myself playing through the Ocarina of Time, which is obviously a legendary game. I've never completed it, so we're going to do a little series on that. We've also got some other things in the work. Sam and Tuke have got involved in now editing their own videos as well. So lots of stuff to come in the future. So I think it might be an appropriate time for our first advert. We've made a couple of adverts, and anyone that's sort of listened to our last podcast will understand that the whole reason we're doing this, and this will be news to you as well, Dan, the whole reason we're doing this is because we're trying to reinstate the Mars Delight.
Yeah,
Mars
you
Delight.
said about the Mars Delight, and
Yeah, I remember you said you're not that bothered about it.
yeah, man. I mean, at the end of the day, you've got to think that is it Milky Way? They did the crisp rolls, and they were just mega in comparison.
And why does this keep getting brought up? Because they're not.
Funny you should say that.
Yeah, Tuke thought the Mars Delight. When I said Mars Delight, Tuke thought I was talking about crispy rolls, but they're not even slightly similar.
They are a bit.
No, they're pretty similar.
Crisp rolls are just smaller, aren't they? I mean,
Different. Well, crisp rolls are filled with white chocolate, and they've got a bit of crisp on the
Bonus straight
outside.
They're fucking banging, mate.
They are. No, I'm not saying they're
They're
not
not
banging, but they're no Mars Delight, man.
I can easily inhale those crisp rolls. Just
I feel like our campaign's slowly gone out the window already.
I know.
Before it's even started.
Fuck the Mars Delight.
Just stick with crispy rolls.
Make more
not
crispy
saying-
rolls.
Yeah, scratch that. Bring back the Mars Delight.
Oh, shit.
But yeah, I think it was the last podcast, we were talking about just sort of nostalgia and growing up. And yeah, we all talked about how good the Mars Delight was. And it was only around for 4 years. And we were like, do you know what? We're going to make this our mission to to get enough people involved in this community, the Retrobates, and then once we have, you know, a good amount of people, we're going to petition to Mars Incorporated to put it into production again. Because I feel like if we need anything, it's the Mars Delight that's going to save the world, innit?
Have you ever felt the need for velvety, smooth chocolate that perfectly melts on your tongue, surrounding what can only be described as a swirl of caramel, rivaled only by the wisp of a soft cloud manifested by Zeus himself? All afloat, the lightest wafer biscuit textured to perfection for the pure selfish bliss of your taste buds' joy. If your answer's yes, then you're in the right place. We speak, of course, of perfection carnate, the Mars Delight. But don't take our word for it.
When I found out it was discontinued, my whole world came crashing down. I turned to drugs, gambling, I lost my job, my wife, my kids. Even the radio in my Nissan Micra doesn't work anymore. You think a battered Mars bar's nice? Get one of those fuckers lobbed in the fryer. It's like an angel blew his bastard load in your mouth.
Yes, you heard correctly. Discontinued. If you'd like to join the Retrobates in the fight to reinstate the Mars Delight to its former glory, then please join us today. And we promise to never give up on the righteous cause of encouraging Mars Incorporated into again manufacturing this godly delicacy. Thank you.
Superb, mate. Superb.
Quite good, wasn't it?
I'm not entirely sure what I just listened to.
Just because it's not crispy rolls, all right?
But, well, yeah, on the back end of that, I mean, I have thought of another one.
What's that?
Ooh.
I reckon is better than the Mars Delight.
Oh, you be careful now, man.
That is the Cadbury Snowflake.
Oh, yeah, they were good, weren't they?
Oh yeah, man. Not as good as the Mars Delight.
No,
mate.
nowhere near, man. Do you remember
To be fair.
Echoes? Echoes were good.
Ooh, Echoes were good.
Yeah, but it's like the Cadbury's Dream Bar as well.
Yeah,
Ooh,
Dream Bars
yeah.
they were good. They were good.
For me personally, anything white chocolate, winner.
I'm a
Yes.
big fan of white chocolate, but I remember one time when I was 17, 18, I smoked weed, and then I ate I think Milky
What?
Bar. It might have been Dream, and I whited out so bad, and it was really put me off white chocolate. I think if you like dark chocolate, you're a monster. Probably like
Yeah.
a sociopath or whatever.
Not really a fan of dark chocolate.
It's
Well,
horrible,
my missus
man.
weren't like that. What comment? But hey ho.
She likes dark chocolate, does she?
Yeah.
What's she doing with you, man?
Oh fuck those, mate.
What have you got yourself into?
Honestly, mate, I don't know.
It's so bitter, man. Why is it every fucking podcast we end up talking about chocolate bars anyway?
It's a bit of an obsession, isn't it?
Who would have believed it? A mouse's tail.
That, of course, was the jingle for A Mouse's Tale. I'll just tell you kind of a wacky story around the subject of conspiracies. And you know, I try my hardest to get something as close as possible. It was quite difficult this time, though, because I kept like Googling conspiracy theory, funny headline or news, and it just kept coming up with the top 10 craziest conspiracy theories.
Yeah, I was getting shit like that on mine.
It is hard, isn't it? So, A Mouse's Tale. A doctor's miracle cure kills as many as 5. At least 10 people are in hospital after injections by a fake doctor. As many as 5 people have died in the... I'll try and pronounce this. Huatla de Jimenez municipality of Oaxaca, after a man pretending to be a physician injected them with what they thought was a miracle cure. According to officials, 2 residents of Mazatlan Villa de Flores and San Isidro, Zoquaypam. I've never heard of these places, this is mad. Isidro Zoquaypam died, and at least 10 others were hospitalized after the man persuaded them to be injected. However, news outlets are reporting that 5 people have died from the vitamin and dexamethasone shots. A physician at the Huatla Medical Clinic told the newspapers E1 Universal that the fake doctor misled some 15 people on November the 5th and 6th, telling them that he was going to inject them with a shot that he promoted as the miracle cure for several ailments. And this is what gets me. This is why I chose this article. The false practitioner travelled through several towns, allegedly carrying his medication in a soda bottle.
Who
Imagine-
the fuck fell for that?
I know, I mean, I was reading this and I was like, oh, that's unfortunate. Until I read that he was just knocking about, probably in shorts and sandals with some dirty, discarded soda bottles going,
Bottle of Lucozade.
yeah, good, have a bit of, let me inject this straight into you.
Do they know what he actually was injecting into them?
It says it was a vitamin and dexamethasone shot. Allegedly. Who knows? Probably just Lucozade. So Dr. Gabriela Villalobos Munoz added that 5 people had died of complications caused by the shots. The first to die was an elderly man on November the 10th. 4 more deaths were reported over the following 6 days. The remaining victims, who include a 19-month-old boy and a 16-year-old boy, intellectually disabled teenager, are currently in hospital in Huatla, de Jimenez. I should have gone with a different article. This is
Yeah.
they're mad though. These I'm gonna have to Google where these places are. And
Get Google to say it all for you.
yeah, that's what I'll do. Yeah, Tio Titlan de Flores Magon. All are reported to be in serious condition. So reading that, I thought that was quite mad. Do you know what? Let's have a look where this is actually. It sounds like it's in South America, if I'm honest.
It sounded that way, yeah.
It is Mexico. There you go. When I read these things, I just imagine it like playing out in my head, and I just couldn't get the fact out that he was just like strolling around from town to town with a soda bottle full of shite, somehow convincing people to let them get injected with this.
Did you ever hear about that guy from I can't remember where it was, either England or Wales, and he was selling people scrumpy, like apple cider.
Oh yeah.
Scrumpy Jacks.
It turned out in the end it were fucking made from his own piss.
Ugh.
And he'd been doing it for ages. Let me find it.
He was just knocking about with what bottles of his own piss and just selling it to people.
No, he was selling it. I'm sure he was doing it in front of his own house, and he was like known for selling this apple cider for years. And it just turned out he was making it from his own fucking piss.
Here I am thinking you was going to bring out Harold Shipman, the infamous doctor who was purposefully killing people in a hospital, and you come out with old fucking Scrumpy Jack piss seller. You should have done A Mouse's Tale, man. This would have been well better. It's in England as well. You would have been able to pronounce everything. So maybe this is going to be A Mouse's Tale Part 2.
Who would have believed it? A Mouse's Tale. Part 2.
OAP sells Scrumpy cider to passers-by, but it's really his piss. First tagline, you're in trouble. He's a fucking old dude as well. The picture of him now is just standing
with his belly and his tits out.
Yeah, he's just wearing like some pretty funky-ass boxer shorts. What looks to be like a shower cap, but I just think that's his hair.
I would not buy fucking cider off of him anyway.
This is what happens if Breaking Bad was filmed in the UK.
A man has been exposed as passing off gallons of his own piss as homemade Scrumpy cider to unsuspecting tourists. Disgusting. Gordon Nugent, 69. What an age to be doing that. Has been selling his special recipe, quote unquote, home brew at his West Country home for 6 months. 6 months!
6 months. He got away. Oh, what a baller.
Oh man, how many people have drank his piss? Fucking hell.
But now he is facing prosecution as the drink was sent to Home Office labs for analysis after customers fell ill after drinking it. What? That's pretty mad, isn't it? He got ill. Nugent, who sold the half-gallon jars from his front garden at £10 each, described his cider as having an unusual and almost unique taste when customers commented on its bitterness. Following complaints, local health and safety officers raided his bungalow in Bideford, Cornwall, and tested the dodgy brew and found it was 60% Nugent's piss mixed with Strongbow cider he bought from his local supermarket. Hey, you got to give it to him, man. That's some pretty clever business.
The genius.
Do you think he was just drinking the other part of the Strongbow to make his piss taste more like cider?
Guy's a genius. He was pouring it out. He was all profit, this guy.
Yeah. He was getting pissed and pissing and making money. That's good.
He was using himself as a bagpipe. He was just drinking it and pissing at the same time.
Nugent insists he did nothing wrong, saying the drink was clearly advertised as unusual and that no one had asked how it was made. He told Sunday Sport,
"There's nothing wrong with my Scrumpy. I never said it didn't have any piss in it. I decided to make my own cider." Oh, I should do it in a West Country accent. "I decided to make my own cider using my urine after drinking some supermarket Scrumpy, which tasted like piss anyway." This can't be real, man. Surely not.
Someone's definitely having someone on here.
It's the Daily Sport.
Oh,
It's gotta be real.
It's gotta be.
Nugent has been in trouble with the authorities before, having 7 previous convictions for being drunk and disorderly after drinking bouts of extra strong cider at his local. In 2013, he walked naked through the centre of Bideford with his penis erect, claiming he was celebrating Cornish independence hard-on day. I respect that.
I mean, fair play to the bloke.
Yeah, that is a national holiday here in England. A spokesman for Cornwall Trading Standards Authority said Mr. Nugent passed off his own urine as scrumpy cider. The fact that he doesn't see anything wrong with it suggests he had drunk rather too much of the real stuff himself. Former tin miner Nugent is waiting to hear if charges will be brought against him. I've got to say, I'm quite impressed.
I respect him.
I do respect him, yeah.
I respect the hustle.
As long as he was IDing people, I see no problem.
Well, it does look the dodgy sort.
Well,
mean,
yeah.
If he's selling your piss to people, I don't think he was bothered about ID. It's piss. It's pretty much pissing. Piss and Strongbow.
Piss and piss.
There was Strongbow in there as well. He's not that much of a bastard.
Yeah, he's not a complete psychopath.
Kind of makes it funnier though. I just imagine like, as a teen, you went to the park and got pissed.
Yeah.
I can just imagine kids doing that. They're just drinking his piss.
We've
I like that it was like 60% piss as well. It wasn't even like mainly cider. It was mainly piss.
I kind of want to know his creative process. What was he doing? Just pissing into these jars and then just pouring in a bit of cider, giving it. Mate, how could you do that, bro? Like just smelling your own, like mixing beer or cider with your own piss and giving it a little swirl around and just selling it to people, man. He should be locked away.
I didn't know in this story it was just a mixture of piss and cider. I thought he were like going through the actual process of making cider, but just pissing in it as well to like fill it up a bit.
Oh, what, you thought he was brewing his own shit?
Yeah.
Fermenting his own pears?
Putting a bit of effort in.
No, I think if you're pissing into cider and selling it, you probably don't really give too much of a shit about the creative process, do you?
No, probably not.
I'm going to go through months and months and months of fermenting fruit just to piss in it and sell to people.
Look at the size on the fucking jars, man. It'd take ages to fill
Yeah.
one of those.
6 months as well he was doing it.
Depends how much cider he's drinking.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah, true.
Could have just been guzzling it down and just, yeah, like Dan said, just playing himself like a bagpipe. Just circulating and circulating. What if he like double distilled it? He pissed into the cider, drank that, and then
out again.
yeah.
Oh, I think we're thinking way too much into this.
Maybe we should move on, eh?
Maybe you should get him on as a special guest.
Yeah.
Reach out to him. Do you reckon he'd send us a sample?
Of his piss? I reckon he'd definitely do that.
Like piss inside of it.
He'd probably like hand pop and be like, "Yes, back on the horse." Y'all told me it was a bad idea. Look at me now.
Whose piss is it anyway?
I got my wife, Donna, involved in this bout. She got a different flavor to me. She eats a lot of peaches, you see. I don't know why he's American.
Fucking
He's been Northern,
Cornish,
Cornish, and now American. Conspiracy theories, man. What's the most mental one you've ever heard? There's a lot. The Mars landings, flat Earth, 9/11, aliens, religion.
Lizard people.
That is fucking mental. Although, having seen Mark Zuckerberg's live stream where he's smoking meats, I've never seen a human act so unhuman-like in my life.
Yeah, he's a weird one, isn't he?
Yeah, he's fucking weird, man.
He's like some sort of machine or fucking lizard or something.
Yeah. I think the strongest argument there was for lizard people was, I can't remember who it was. It might have been George Bush or Barack Obama. One of his like head of securities he was doing like a press conference or something, and his like head of security was standing in front of the stage and just acting so fucking weird. Did you see the video?
Obama's alien bodyguard.
Yeah, that's it. He does look and act very fucking strange.
Hey, he looks like a right creep.
Yeah, he looks fucking weird, man. And he's moving around all weird and shit.
I mean, to me, it just looks like he's doing his job.
I can't see anything wrong with that video. Just looks like a guy trying to do his job.
Don't know, just odd-looking bloke acting strange. I'm not saying I'm into it. I'm just saying I remember when that came out, a lot of people were like,
Fucking hell, aliens in our secret service.
Weird-looking guy, that's all. Fucking hell.
He's got a bit of a strange head, hasn't he?
he's got a strange-shaped head. His ears are almost non-existent. His movements are very strange.
But I suppose
Yeah, that's a lot of bollocks, man.
his movements would look strange to us because he's like scanning the room for
Yeah,
any
exactly.
sort of threat.
For
ain't he?
threats trying to kill the president.
Yeah, suppose you're right. Well, I've got quite a unique belief concerning aliens.
Yeah.
So I'm not a religious man at all. In fact, I'm pretty anti-religious as far as it goes. But I do believe that humans are evolved from some sort of alien intervention, which seems to be not a very popular belief. But yeah, we've talked about this before, Tuke. I just don't understand. Evolution has led us up to monkeys, but where is the evolution of monkeys to humans? Where's all them people? Where are all the homo? What are they called? All the fucking cavemen and all that. I've just seen a lot of evidence of like in ancient art and like these things that get confused as angels and spirits and stuff. I just think it's just fucking UFOs coming down. They've shagged the monkey, and it fits into the whole thing of God making us in His image. Do you know what I mean? Like I reckon aliens came down. They've found a monkey, mixed some of their DNA with a monkey's, because that was probably like the most like intelligent life form on the world at the time. And we're just a bit of a science experiment for them, because there's loads of evidence of UFOs. I told you the other day that the US military released videos of their fighter jets tracking a UFO that was flying in ways that went against modern science.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd have to look more at that footage and stuff, but I don't believe in any of that shit, to be honest with you, mate.
But then where are all the fucking half monkey, half people?
What do you mean half monkey, half people?
If we evolved from monkeys, where like
We didn't evolve from monkeys.
where did we evolve from?
Like, us and apes have a common ancestor. Like, people make this stupid mistake with evolution that they think that they were monkeys and then we evolved differently and then the monkeys just didn't evolve. We both have a common ancestor and evolved differently.
Who's the common ancestor?
I don't know the exact name. I'd have to
So
Google it.
we'd agree that there is a big gap in this theory.
So this thing that we're talking about, it doesn't even exist anymore because it's
Why?
evolved into us and monkeys and all sorts of different stuff.
Right, but we evolved from single-cell organisms. They still exist. What would our evolution have to do with...
Not the same ones, different ones.
So what would our evolution as humans have to do with a subspecies not existing anymore? Okay, so they're a lesser human, half whatever. Let's just, for the sake of conversation, we'll say half monkey, half human. Where have they all gone? Why? Because we're evolved as humans, should a subspecies, better than a monkey, but not as good as a human...
Well, I think I might be speaking to one right now.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It just seems... I heard a theory that because we're tribal and territorial, that we just killed all of the other fucking monkey humans off.
I mean, that would make sense.
Like Neanderthals there.
Yeah, Neanderthals, that's what I mean. Why are there Neanderthals?
They went extinct, didn't they? Cause,
Why?
Didn't evolve.
They couldn't eat as much as we could, apparently. We had a more varied diet than they did.
See, I feel like that doesn't sit right with me, man, because Neanderthals, surely they could have eaten whatever they wanted.
If they've got a different
What do you mean?
digestive system to
Why
us,
can't
then
they eat
wouldn't be
whatever
able
they
to.
Well,
want?
they weren't. They could eat
There's-
meat and berries and shit, from my understanding.
Yeah, but
though.
there's berries that fucking birds can eat that we can't eat. That kill us. And dogs die if they eat onions.
I believe that religion has misunderstood UFOs. I just basically think that any religious text is based off of these UFOs coming down and getting called angels and getting made in God's fucking image and all that. And then you've got all like technology being introduced to the Mayans and ancient Egyptians around, pretty much in the same fucking time period, but they would have had no way of like contacting each other. There's just loads of shit like that. Paintings in fucking caves and in ancient art and stuff depicting UFOs, and just all of that put together sort of leads me to believe that there was some sort of less than divine intervention. I just think we're kind of like an alien experiment.
Drugs are bad, okay?
Disclaimer, I currently don't take any drugs. That's why I'm not taking the vaccine, bro.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
But it's weird, it's like David Icke, he's all about that, isn't he? And he's seen to be quite a reasonable and intelligent man.
Oh mate,
Yeah.
one of the worst songs I've ever heard from him is that the moon is a hologram.
Really?
Oh. Yeah.
I heard
Have you
that.
seen the difference in the two interviews that he does with who was the first interview years ago? Is it Wogan, Terry Wogan. So he had
Okay.
an
Oh,
interview
that's right, yeah.
initially years ago. Everyone's just fucking laughing at him at all this bullshit that he's coming out with. But that was like back when nobody had those sort of views, and then he does the same again, like I don't know how long, say 10 years later.
And he's become quite respected, isn't he?
People in the audience, they're not laughing at him. They're listening to what he's saying. It's pretty mental, man.
A lot of the things he says, I don't think are without cause and too irrational.
Yeah.
The moon thing, the moon thing's a bit of a stretch, man. But I mean, again, you never know, do you? I saw on Flat Earth Society on Twitter, someone put a question about Mars, and they were like, Mars has been observed to be spherical.
Yeah.
So who knows, man? Could be flat. It probably definitely isn't, but could be. I think the biggest argument for me is my dad's a pilot and he's flown both way around the world.
Yeah.
Which just seems inarguable, but you can't reason with these people, man. I don't want to delve too much into this because I feel like I have. Let's sweep this one under the rug, shall we?
Yeah, all right.
So,
and
do you think, Dan? Is it flat?
No.
Fair enough.
Fuck that.
That's that cleared up.
That's
Yeah.
sorted then.
Are you having personal problems or a life issue that's turning you into a sad, depressed, ugly loser that no one likes, having absolutely no self-esteem, confidence, or social skills of any sort?
I drank way too much last weekend and hired a hooker for the night. I woke up to see she had a dick. Now we're getting married in 3 months. Anyways, I don't know how to tell my father I lost his bank card.
My roommate doesn't know that I've been using his bong as a sex toy. Now he keeps asking me why I won't rip a cone with him. What should I do, Uncle Bates? Not a problem. Dust your shoulders off by leaving your worries in the Retrobates podcast comment section, and we'll have the Uncle Bates team get back to you as soon as possible. And remember, having problems isn't normal, so get your worries washed away. Contact Uncle Bates today.
So Uncle Bates is our segment where we act as an agony aunt. If you ever want to submit your thoughts or worries or concerns to us, you can do that via Twitter, #Uncle Bates. You can do it on YouTube by commenting on this video. Or you can email us at contact.retrobates@gmail.com. You can send up a voice note. You can do it anonymously. Just let us know your worries. You're getting 4 therapists for the price of nothing here. So, I mean, take advantage of it.
It's a shame Sam's not here, actually, because he could have read these out, because we did get a couple of comments on the last video.
Yeah.
So if you'd like to sort these out, I won't say the names. So somebody's commented
keep
here.
them anonymous.
Have you got them up, have you?
Yeah, I'm reading now. So, I got stabbed. What should I do?
These are genuine submissions. We thought we'd address them anyway, as serious or as they were or not. Getting stabbed, what should you do? Just, I don't know, put plaster on it, mate.
Just get yourself to hospital, mate.
Probably put some pressure on it. I mean, you probably shouldn't have waited till we got a new podcast.
Yeah, I
out.
hope you
I know,
didn't
yeah.
growl a reply, because this has been a while.
It's been a week. You've waited a week, so if you're still alive,
This lad literally was stabbed in the leg, and he
Was
is
he actually?
okay? Yeah.
oh fucking hell. So maybe we should click. This is one of our co-host Sam, who's not here this week. This is one of his friends that's commented. I didn't know he'd actually been stabbed in real life.
Yeah, in the leg. It didn't nearly die or anything, but yeah, pretty bad.
Pretty dangerous getting stabbed in the leg, man. You got a big old artery in there, man. If you get that,
yeah.
you're pretty much a goner, aren't you?
I'm not saying it were nothing, but he didn't die.
Well, then
just
he should
walk it off,
tell us what to do in that. Maybe we'll get him on next week.
Yeah,
and he
well,
can tell us.
he's got more experience than we have now, so
Yeah.
maybe he should tell us what's going on with that.
Well, yeah, I reckon just get stabbed. Just I don't know, call one of your mates and be like, "Oh, I've been fucking stabbed, mate."
Why would you call your mate? Call a fucking ambulance.
What you want to do is you want to go on YouTube and ask some moronic fucking podcasters what to do. That's what you should do.
Yeah, innit? Why are you even commenting, man? Just asking us, man. There's Google. What do you do when you get stabbed? Just Google it next time, big dummy.
Just walk off, pussy.
He's
Yeah.
already been
Man
there.
up, man up.
He's already just walk it off, mate. And then the second one, also Sam's mate. I am gay. What do I do?
And as far as I understand, that's a legit comment as well.
Yeah, this is also true. Yeah.
Sam told me that this
Right.
kid's actually gay. Just enjoy yourself, man. Rob.
Yeah.
Is he worried about coming out or anything, or is
He's
it
out.
just literally
He's
say,
out.
"Oh, okay, just
So
enjoy
that bit's
yourself"?
sorted. So yeah, you're out.
Just
Go out and get yourself some dick, mate.
Yeah, man.
fuck it, enjoy life.
Get yourself in some gay bars. In Bradford, there's a gay bar called Candy. And
Nice.
There's a lesbian. It's like gay and lesbian. So the top half is gay, called Candy, and the bottom half is lesbian. It's called Lemon Shed. And
Right,
it's just
okay.
like the roughest gay bar in the world. It's
Is
just
it?
like proper dirty, horrible, grimy gays.
Yeah.
What a way to describe him.
I know. Yeah.
Not like not wrong with them being gay. They're just like the most horrible. They're just rough
like
as
proper
fuck.
butch.
It's awful.
What do you mean, rough?
Just horrible. It's just a shit. Bradford's a shithole.
Oh, you mean the actual place is horrible?
Just
not-
you think
not
like
the people.
it smells bad.
It's in the shithole side of Bradford. Like, there's been stabbings down there a lot. Actually, there's a place over.
What
the
kind?
road
What,
from-
like pegging or?
No, no pegging. But there's another club over the road. I can't remember what it's called now. But you get patted down before you go in.
I bet you do, man.
So it's pretty
It's
fucking.
about the
pretty
bouncers
rough.
gay as well, are they?
Yeah, they touch you up a bit.
You come aside, I've got to give you a thorough patting down.
Sounds like my dream, that.
Yeah, man. Well, we've managed to offend yet another fucking sect of humanity, so
Yeah.
tune in next week to see who we have got. Is it going to be the Muslims? Is it going to be the Jews? Maybe the
Oh,
disabled? Who knows? Right, well,
So I suppose get on with the
yeah.
segment.
Oh, is it my time to shine?
Yeah.
This is
Right.
your time, mate.
No pressure, Rich.
Well, the title is Dogs Get Excited.
Yeah.
I mean, this was submitted on Twitter.
Uh-huh.
I'm not too sure if it was to us or not, but it was submitted on Twitter. So we're going to roll with it.
Yeah.
It wasn't to us, but go on.
No, we just found it. We typed in agony aunt, and it came up. I've not read it. I've not read it, by the way.
I don't
It's
know.
exclusive for the podcast.
Yeah.
A dog jumped on the bed and started humping me while I was having sex with my wife last night.
Classic.
We've always had always had an active sex life. I'm 30 and my wife is 29. We have sex most nights, but our dog has never done this before. I'm wondering whether he started something and will always be like this from now on. Should I get rid of him?
Ooh.
No, don't get rid of the dog, man. Just don't let him bum you. What the fuck? Just get
So,
him
yeah,
and
have I
let him
missed-
in the
so-
bedroom.
It's what you've said there. Is they're banging, and the dog's jumped up and joined in.
Yes.
I don't
So
think I can't look at that dog in the face anymore, man.
Basically, he's turned it into a threesome real
Yeah,
quick.
that is weird. I think I might have to get rid of the dog.
Like, first of all, when he says the dog's joined in, has he said, no, bad dog? Or has he let this dog bust loads of nuts in him? And then afterwards been like, what should I do?
Do you think he's like secretly enjoyed it, but then he's like too ashamed now? He's trying to backtrack.
Let me be honest with you. And Tuke's also a dog owner whose dog frequents his room. I mean, T basically stays in your room, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Have you ever had a girl back in that room and T's been there?
No, not in here.
So it's not something that you've experienced.
No.
Right. It is the most awkward fucking thing. Ugh. Okay, not to name names. So I've been in a similar, not as bad. The dog didn't join in, but I've definitely been in a situation where the dog was hanging around whilst we were doing business, and yeah, it is fucking awkward. And thinking back to it, shouldn't have happened. But to have the dog join in that's a bit.
I mean, it's not the dog's fault, you know. He probably just thinks, the play fighting or whatever.
Well, he
just
said
wants to
the dog
join
joined in, so I'm guessing the dog joined up and smelt the sexual excretions and just
Wow.
jumped up and started going at it as well.
It's an old family affair, isn't it? Really?
Yeah. Oh, orgy time!
Bros before hoes and all that. Man's best
You
friend.
can't blame the dog, can you?
No, I think getting rid of the dog is a bit of a reach, isn't it? But definitely
Well, it
get
sounds
rid
like
of
the dog
him.
was trying to reach.
Get rid of him during your intimate times with your wife. I mean, shut him out. But
Yeah.
again, I get it. It's like there's a time and a place for everything, but sometimes you don't get to choose the time or the place. Maybe the dog's just present there. What if you're in the lounge and you're just having a bit of like a sofa session or whatever? How are you going to shut the dog out of the lounge? Well, I don't know. It depends on your housing. Get some doors, man.
Doors are the way, or just have like a little crate or something if it's a small dog, or just get out of the way for 10 minutes.
But then the best sex is just unexpected sex, isn't it? It's not like, oh, Martha, it's 9 p.m. Time for our daily sexual routine. Let me just shut Fido away in his crate.
I think
sure-
it was pretty unexpected when he got a little dog stick up his arsehole. I bet that took him by surprise.
Maybe they were just watching a film on Netflix, push came to shove, they started at it, they weren't even worried about the dog. That's usually what happens, I reckon.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of what happened in my situation. We was just watching a film, whatever, push came to shove, things start happening, and then the dog just comes and interrupts. But you're so in the moment that you don't want to stop, so you just kind of shove I kicked the dog in the head a couple of times, I'll be honest. Fuck off!
You horrible bastard.
Mainly out of jealousy more than anything.
The dog just wanted to assert his dominance and ended up inserting his dominance.
Showing he's the real man of the house.
Bang! I'm the boss, you cunt.
Yeah, that's,
Like,
yeah.
when he didn't give him treats one day, he was like, I'm going to fucking get you. And he seized his opportunity, jumped up, smash! Straight in the bloke's ring piece.
Well, as long as the dog got his, I think we can agree that it doesn't get struck off as animal cruelty.
I'm sure if it was just a one-time thing, we can let it slide and
One night stand.
just forget about it next day.
Lying in bed at 3 a.m. the dog's texting you. Are you awake?
You're up.
Just hear this like fucking gentle whining at the door. I wouldn't be able. I couldn't look at the dog, man. I wouldn't be able to look at it, man. I don't. From the sounds of it, though, I don't think the dog penetrated anyone. I think he just got on and probably
No, I've just
I
added
think
all
he
that
just got all excited, didn't it?
bit of a dry hump. My dog Reg, used to just hump the air, man. He'd get so horny, even though he was castrated. He would do like the zoomies and run around. We try and calm him down, and he would just hump the air, like frantically, man.
My dogs do that at times. I think it's just a thing, innit?
Yeah.
Have you seen the dogs trying to shag? Like they'll jump on the back and just like be humping away before the dick's even anywhere near doing anything.
Honestly,
Rampant, isn't they?
Yeah.
Like, we bred like dogs before, and it was just the weirdest experience. He'd like hop on the bag, insert, and then decide, nah, I don't want this no more. Turn around, but then as soon as he insert, they can't like separate.
Yeah,
Like,
and then they're sort of like
Well, their penis inflates, doesn't it?
yeah.
he
then
decided he didn't want it anymore. Tries to turn around and like go off, but he couldn't. Because obviously he was stuck there.
Yeah.
So they're sort of facing opposite directions.
I was screaming out and that, like, oh, fucking hell, man. My penis is stuck inside you for no reason. I don't even want to be doing this right now, but I have to for the survival of my species.
Dog breeders, man, they do what they got to do to make money. Them fucking crazy cunts. They'll wank the dogs off and shit, won't they?
Aren't you
Like,
a dog breeder?
Yeah, I'm always wanking my dog. I'm not a dog breeder.
But you still wank your dog off.
Yeah, I wank him. It just like, you know what I mean.
You're always saying, "T,
Yeah,
get your
got-
dick off my arm." Now
Yeah,
I
I've got any
understand, man.
hands, I've got to help him out, man.
Yeah, true.
I mean, talk about that.
That's love.
But I've got a friend who shall not be named who accidentally made his dog come somehow. Yeah, yeah.
What?
Yeah,
Excuse
so
you, Richard. What the? How do you accidentally make a dog come, man? What the fuck?
Well, don't accuse me. I just know a friend who.
Oh, you're not friends with him anymore, because that ain't fucking true. Oh, you won't believe this, boys. I accidentally made my dog come.
Well,
I
this
had
guy.
the craziest 5-minute fall the other day.
No, apparently.
I thought I was
like-
brushing my teeth, but apparently I was just.
Oh no!
Go on, divulge.
I think we've gone too far.
No, you've
Oh
got
my
to
God.
divulge now.
You fucking said it, man.
We're not the
Well, I-
retrobates otherwise.
well, I said it, and then you've just took it a bit far.
Go on,
Well,
then,
I'm
enlighten us
curious
on
as to
what
how this
happened.
actually happened. Yeah.
According to him, like the dog was laying on the back, rubbing the belly, and then all of a sudden he had a white substance in his hand.
What?
So
They were just like rubbing his belly.
it was like rubbing his belly, and all of a sudden it was there. That's what he told
Wait,
us.
so he was rubbing his belly, and then suddenly his hand was full of dog jizz.
Yes. It
Doesn't sound like he was rubbing his belly to me, mate.
Sounds like
Mate.
you were rubbing something else to me.
Yeah.
That's what he told us.
Hmm.
That's the story.
I don't
I'm
know. That
not
sounds a
gonna-
bit fishy. I don't know. If you did do that to a dog, why you'd even bother telling your friends?
I mean, maybe one day if he's comfortable of having that story known in the public.
It's 2021. If he wants to,
I don't think he'll be comfortable. We'll be ringing the RSPCA, mate.
We'll be getting him. We'll get him onto justify
yeah, get him on.
what happened.
He could be on the Uncle Bates section, man. Ah, I wanked off my jog and I told my friends I didn't, but I did, and I don't know what to do.
We'll have to decide whether he goes to prison or not. We'll have Judge
Yeah.
Bates.
Yeah. Judge Bates. That's a good
Yeah.
one. We should
Oh,
bring
that
that.
is a
Maybe
good
that could be
one,
the new
yeah.
segment, man.
Can I dibs that one?
Yeah.
I'll take that. I'll judge
You can be Mr. Bates from now on. You can
Ooh.
deal with the Uncle Bates and the Judge Bates.
All the
Okay,
dog wanking you want.
So what do you
Yeah.
reckon? Your old mate, dog jerker,
I
Prison or no?
reckon- Ooh,
suspended sentence?
I reckon he gets
Is he
let
allowed
off
to own
this time.
dogs ever again?
Funny enough, he's got another dog now, so apparently he is allowed to.
Well, then you didn't pass judgment quick enough, did you?
Well, this wasn't a thing then.
In hindsight, what would have been the penalty for him?
I reckon the public humiliation of like the friend group knowing was enough.
Not quite public though, is it? A friend group?
Well,
The nation.
no. Have you ever been roasted by your friend group? I think that's
Not for wanking off a dog, no.
so. Yeah, exactly. Imagine. The
Well, he
scene.
fucking told you. He obviously wasn't that bothered.
Wow.
My judgment would be no more animals unless it's something that weighs less than a hamster.
What?
And it's
Okay.
£2,000 fine.
Weighs less than a hamster. He might kill it if he tries
Yeah, probably
wanking.
would do, yeah.
What? Fuck off. I don't know about that, mate. Okay, so this week there's two truths, two conspiracy theories that exist, and one conspiracy theory that I've just totally made up.
Right.
You've
And
got
these
to-
are popular conspiracy theories, are they? Like well-known ones.
Yeah, I didn't know about the two. I didn't know about them actually because I thought if you know about them, it's going to make the game pretty.
Well,
Fucking
yeah, that
easy.
was about to say. Yeah, it's going to be fucking easy. We're going to know which one's fake.
So, but you two may know about them. So, but
I'm quite excited to be on the
it is
other
what
end of
it
this. I'm always the one asking the questions. I'm looking forward to trying to figure this shit out.
yeah, man. So, number one, Prince Philip is an alien.
Okay.
He
Right.
controls the Queen and is the true head of the British throne and Church of England, and has been controlling not only the royal family but the whole British political system since 1947 when they married.
I know you've got a bit of an obsession with Prince Philip, but can I ask you what is his like role within the royal family? Who's he related to? Is he the Queen's son? No, he's not, is he?
I don't have an obsession with Prince Philip.
You're always going on about him and being a nonce.
No, that's
That's
Prince Andrew.
Oh, who's Prince Philip?
The old,
His dad.
like...
The Queen's husband.
The guy that looks like Palpatine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So say that one again. He's an alien, and he's since 1947. He's been controlling that.
He's actually in charge. He's actually in control of the monarchy, and in charge, and he controls the British political system as well. Since they married in 1947.
Right.
Ready for number two?
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Number two, Meghan Markle is a robot.
Right.
Okay. Is this
Yeah.
very, like, royal family...
This is all okay. Yeah, I forgot to mention. This is all royal family based
Okay.
and very similar. So Meghan Markle is a robot. A clip emerged in June, apparently showing Meghan Markle and Prince Harry at the final of Britain's Got Talent with a motionless face and not even blinking.
I remember that. I do remember that.
Number three, Prince Charles is a vampire. Prince Charles is believed to descend from Vlad the Impaler, the inspiration for Bram Stoker's Dracula.
I don't know what Bram Stoker's Dracula. I'm guessing that's like the first Dracula
That's
movie or
just
something.
The
Dracula,
bloke
innit?
that wrote the story Dracula.
It's fucking difficult, man.
You know what? I would have believed it more if it was Prince Philip and Charles switched around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because
That'd
he's so
have been
fucking. He's
perfect.
so old. He's so old.
Should have done that.
Yeah, you should have. So what? It's one truth, right? Two lies.
Yeah.
No, no, two of these are actual conspiracy theories.
Oh,
one
and
of
one's a
them
lie.
I've made up.
Fuck. I don't know. I honestly don't think people honestly believe that androids are a real thing yet. So I'm sort of swaying towards the Meghan Markle one is bullshit.
Said you remembered that.
I remember. Yeah, I remember the video clip of them. What event was it? Britain's Got Talent.
Yeah.
I remember. I think I remember something like that. Them two sitting there, just sort of glum faces. I remember something that does ring some sort of a bell. I just don't know if people would believe that there's a robot advanced enough to look and act like a attractive young lady marrying. I don't know, man. That seems fishy to me.
What are you
I can-
thinking, Rich?
I'm thinking people can just look miserable, can't they? So
Yeah, but
if-
that's not the point, Rich. Again, you've missed the point.
no. You're not.
Let him
just
finish,
look-
let him
come
finish.
on. Like you can take any sort of person, right? And if they're bored at what they're watching, they'll look gormless, won't they? And they're
Yeah.
literally gorming. So you could
Right.
take however long the clip is and just be like, yeah, it's just someone gorming, isn't it?
Right, but what does that equate to being a fucking robot? What do you mean? Of course, yeah, people can look bored and miserable during
Yeah,
sports
it
events.
wasn't really
So-
that they were bored. It was that they had a motionless. She had a motionless face, and
Yeah.
she wasn't even blinking.
We've all done that. We've all sat there and gormed for however long and just
But
you-
yeah, but
I
You're
don't
just
think you do
motionless, aren't
sit
you?
like. I mean, maybe I shouldn't be talking, but I don't think you do sit like that when you're bored, do you? When you're bored, I think you stare at something when you are interested.
oh maybe it
Not
was
when you're bored.
maybe it
I
was
don't
just
know.
that
I
couldn't
think
take her eyes off us.
I can imagine that Prince Philip, being the eldest and the creepiest looking guy, is thought to have been like the head honcho of the royal family, and he's the Queen's husband, you know. So the whole patriarchy thing, I can see how that is a genuine conspiracy theory. It's not even a very good one, because even if that was the case, like fucking whoop-de-doo, who cares?
I'm behind that one.
What did you say, Tuke?
They're all nuts. All three of these are nuts.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think the Prince Philip one's that crazy. Was there anything specific you said that was supposed to be like quite mental about that? Because being the
Only
Queen's
that-
husband and controlling the royal family, and the political system isn't that fucking far-fetched for the Queen's husband.
Royalty's not supposed to.
I think that was probably true. What was the third one again?
Prince Charles is a vampire. Prince Charles is believed to descend from Vlad the Impaler.
Is Charles the older, isn't he, of the two?
Yeah.
Oh, he's the one with the big ears.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking of William and I.
Their dad.
Prince Charles was a vampire.
Yeah. He's believed to descend from Vlad the Impaler, who was the inspiration for Dracula in Bram Stoker's.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know much about vampires, but I feel like that's very irrelevant in this case.
Do
you know what? My gut instinct tells me that the robot one, Meghan Markle. I don't know. Maybe it is the vampire one because people are so stupid that they might believe that Meghan Markle's a robot, bro. What do you think, Rich? I'll go with you.
Oh, do we not? Are we got to unite on this one? Do we?
Yeah,
not
because
do
you
do we
were
not do
right.
Like a score system.
No,
Yeah, I've got a bad score on this, man. I'm wrong every time, man.
Yeah, Rich has been right.
I want to say right.
I kind of want to say the vampire thing now.
I want to say the Meghan Markle ones.
Do ya?
Follow. Just because, right? You got Vlad the Impaler being in Europe, and the royal family's like German.
The thing
aren't they?
is,
so their descendants could have been from that sort of area, and then throughout time they've come over.
that is a big clutch at some straws.
Yeah, but so's also saying someone
No, but
gorming
this-
at
the
something
thing-
is a robot.
When I think about it, I think I remember that being a thing. I feel like I remember them two sitting at some sports event or like fucking
Britain's Got Talent.
Britain's Got Talent and just being just expressionless. Her especially. I feel like I remember that, but I've never heard Charles Vampire bullshit. I'm going with Charles Vampire because everyone knows Vampire.
Are we totally ruling out Prince Philip is an alien?
Oh mate, he 100% is an alien who's living.
Oh, is that part of it? I just thought you said that he was.
He's like the overlord of fucking Britain. He is.
I thought the whole
there's like a theme. Prince Philip is an alien, Meghan Markle is a robot, and Prince Charles is a vampire.
Oh, I missed the alien part. I thought you just said he was the head honcho of the royal family. And...
that's a what?
No, Prince Philip. He's freaky looking enough that that gets a pass, man. I don't.
Yeah,
you could say anything about that man, and I'd believe it.
He's 100% an alien that's gonna outlive us all.
Yeah, man.
Him and
State
the
of
Queen
it.
are just gonna sit on top
my
and
vote.
chilling.
Do you need us to agree? Usually we have to agree, but it's up to you this week.
made the rule that they have to agree.
Well,
Let's do a scoring system.
I'm not running it this time, so it's up to you.
Why do you have a little debate? Are you both set on? So you're set on Charles and you're set on Markle.
I think the vampire thing's bullshit.
And what do you think? Bullshit?
I reckon the robot thing's bullshit.
Do you not think you can convince each other? I'm happy for you to carry on with that.
I mean, it's me and Rich. We're never going to agree, bro.
Yeah, that's a fair point. You two aren't going to agree.
Never.
So, drum roll. What story I made up was Prince Philip is an alien.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah.
What?
damn it! He knows us too well.
Man, that was the most convincing out of any of it. What? So the other that means the other two are true, bro. That means people think
They're
that
true theories, yeah.
people think Charles is a vamp, mate. People are mental,
think
man.
Meghan Markle's a robot.
I think I remember that story. That's why I said I wanted to go for the vampire because I've never heard of that. And Prince Charles is so freaky looking that I can imagine people saying he's an alien and this, that, and the other. But the vampire thing, I was like,
Philip, you mean Philip you're on about.
Yeah.
You keep getting these mixed up.
I know. I don't follow the royal family. They're all fucking dickheads,
Yeah, the
aren't
reason I went for the whole royal thing, as I was looking for these, I first saw the Prince Charles being a vampire, and I thought, that's pretty weird. Okay, that could be one. Scrolled a little bit further down, and there were the Meghan Markle as a robot, so I thought, oh, fuck, I'll make it a royal family-themed one.
Okay, so Prince Philip isn't a thing. Like,
No,
him
but
being an alien
I
isn't.
typed in to see if there was anything about it, because I thought, what can I say about Philip? So I typed that into Google, like Prince Philip and aliens, and apparently he's got a bit of an obsession with UFOs, so that's the only thing that came up.
Oh,
Yeah.
Right.
Have
I
you,
don't-
Still made it up.
Have you heard that Tom DeLonge from Blink 182? He started that whole like alien initiative thing.
Oh shit! Yeah, I know you're on about. Yeah,
that
he's-
that was pretty weird, wasn't it? Is that still going on? Like he was even like meeting up with like
What is it?
he started like an agency like he
I
started
want
like
to say he met up with like government officials and stuff.
he did,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah. He's met up with government
Cool.
officials and stuff, and it's like he started an agency like dedicated to like proving aliens are a thing. I saw an interview where Mark from what is his name? Mark bass player from Blink-182. He said Tom was always like obsessed with aliens, and maybe it's wishful thinking, but when he left Blink-182, he made like an official group or an agency dedicated to proving the existence and doing a bunch of research and coming up with this initiative, and he was meeting with like official like fucking government agencies and shit, like discussing how they would progress this whole scheme that he had. But that was a good few years ago now. I don't know how that's progressed. But I truly believe aliens are a thing, and I believe that they've been to Earth or continue to monitor us. I've seen an alien. I've seen a UFO.
Like you and these dodgy probing stories.
Yeah. Buckle up. No, it was when I was in Australia, and in Melbourne they have this massive park. They hold the Grand Prix there. I forget the name of the park. Albert Park, and it was just like a 5-minute walk from where I was staying on Punt Road in this uni lodge. Admittedly, I was a little bit obsessed with UFOs and star systems and stuff like that, so I would always be looking up. But I feel like that's the best way to be if you're trying to find some fucking paranormal shit, right? So me and my friend Bill, both of us completely sober, decided to take a walk through Albert Park because it's Australia. And this park was so big, it didn't really have much light pollution. And you look up and you could just see mental amounts of stars. So we're both looking up, like lying on the ground. And we've both spotted out like some satellites, but like, look at this, a satellite, look at this, a shooting star. And then I was peeing against a tree and I was looking up whilst I was doing it. And I saw what I thought was another satellite. So I said, yo, Bill, look at that. And he looks up and he spots it. And as soon as he's like, oh yeah, it just stops dead. It stops fucking dead. And I'm so glad Bill was there, because if had I been on my own, I wouldn't know if it was just wishful thinking or whatever. So this star or satellite that's tracing across the like sky just stops dead and then does this crazy like backwards C motion, just goes and disappears. And from my knowledge, things in space can't do that. And we both saw it. Right. And we went back to the uni lodge.
How far away was it?
What do you mean? It looked like a star or a satellite.
Oh, right, okay.
So it wasn't within the atmosphere. It was just this tiny little. It just looked like a really faint star. And when I saw it, I just thought it was a satellite. And I was like, "Oh, Bill, look, there's another satellite." And then as soon as he spotted it, it just like bang, like in an instant, stopped dead, and then like stayed for like half a second, then just did this like backwards C motion and just disappeared. And me and him both just looked at each other with our like jaws hit the ground. We were like, "What the fuck?" So we like ran back to the uni lodge. And everyone was like, you guys are like, you've both just seen a ghost, and neither of us could describe what we just seen. And I think from then on, I was like super like, yeah, that was legit.
Mm.
And that's like a legit true story as well, man. And I speak to him about it sometimes because, years go past and you don't know if maybe you dreamt it or...
You want to like refresh your memory.
Yeah, and he was like, yeah, man, remember it clear as day. It's crazy. So
yeah, man.
That's
I don't know. I wasn't there, so I can't really...
Better pucker your fucking sphincters up for our alien overlords when they get here, man. Because I tell you, I'm going straight on their council, man. You guys, you guys are pagans. You guys are Judases.
Maybe we leave this up to the viewers to decide if he's talking bollocks or not.
Yeah, I was going to say, you did start off the story by you were a little bit obsessed and you've always thought it.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I was, but Bill wasn't.
I feel like people like that, sometimes you see what you want to see. I'm not saying that's what happened. But I know people listening will think that.
Well, that's why I prefaced the whole story by saying I was a wishful thinker, and I'm glad that Bill was there because it wasn't just me on my own,
Yeah.
But maybe Bill was being a yes man and was just like, yeah, I saw it. You never know. You never know.
Did you know John's fucking nuts? That's what he was doing behind your back.
Yeah.
Maybe we should employ all these years just to bully.
I know, yeah. That was probably the most profound thing I've seen. Like, there's been times when I'm a kid and I've thought that I've heard or seen a ghost, but then you grow up and you're like, nah, no fucking way. But that was like,
my granddad believes in ghosts. He swears to God he's seen ghosts.
Yeah, my dad does.
He told me stories like he's always loved fishing, and years ago when he was young, he was with a mate driving. When you go fishing, you go early in the morning, so it were early morning. Nobody were about. They were driving down a road, and he said there was some looked like an old bloke at the side of the road. Like sort of looking down with a cap, like a flat cap, I think he said. And he said he was driving pretty fast because the roads were clear because it was so early in the morning. And as they got close to him, this bloke just stepped out into the road. They went straight through him. He slammed on his brakes and he was like shook up and like, what the fuck? Did you just see that? To his mate, and his mate said, yeah. And then they'd like look behind, see if anyone were there, see if they'd hit anybody. Nothing there, and then just carried on and did the fishing and that. But
That's a
fuck
bit
knows,
mad.
man.
Do you think your dad just trying to scare you when he said that though?
Nah, we were talking seriously, man. It was just a serious conversation. Even that, though, I still don't believe in ghosts. But same
No,
with
I
my
don't.
grandma as well. His wife, she swears to God that once, I don't know, I think my granddad were outside and she was in the house hoovering up or doing some sort of cleaning, and she took a step back and she swears she stood on someone's foot and heard this "oh" behind her, and then she started screaming to my granddad like.
Yeah.
But to me, that just once again sounds like they just believed in ghosts. So
Well, see, I'd never believed anything like that growing up. But I remember one time I've come home from school and I've gone straight up to I was about 14. I've gone up and put my headphones on, started getting on my computer. It was like one of the first PCs I ever had, so I was always on the fucking thing.
Yeah.
Much like I am now. But yeah, I put my headphones on. I think I was listening to music at the same time, and then I hear this ba-ba-da, ba-ba-da behind me, like outside of the headphones. So I thought it was my sister, who'd obviously used to get home a little bit later than me. So I've like tried to like hit her. Like I've swung round this is how much I believed what I've heard. I've swung round in my chair and tried to hit her, but there's no one there.
Right.
So I'm like, oh, she's obviously run to her room or whatever. So I've thrown down my headphones and run into her room.
Yeah.
She's not there. And then I check the whole rest of the house and I'm like, hello? And like, there was no one there, man. I was so freaked out. I went to my neighbour's house and stayed at their house until like my mum or my sisters got home, man. It was so fucking weird, bro.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, that was really
Pretty
fucking
fucked up.
strange.
When you say ba-da-da, you, like somebody did that with their mouth, you mean?
Yeah, I think
Right.
like I thought that she'd heard through my headphones that I was listening to music, and
Right.
because it was in time to the music as well.
Right.
Like so she like I thought it was my sister just like and trying to annoy me because it was like it felt like it was at the back of my neck like this like ba-ba-da thing. So
Right.
I've instantly swung round and tried to like hit her, and then there was no one there, and I was so shocked that she wasn't there. So I was like, oh, sneaky bitch. I've run around the whole house. I've checked, every nook and cranny I've checked, and like no one was home, bro. It was fucking well scary, man. Yeah, I don't know. It could be real. Kerry is a big believer. My mum believes in clairvoyancy as well. She used to go to these clairvoyant, these people that like connect you to your dead ones. I was like, stop wasting your money on these idiots, man.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Yeah, it could be. You never know. You can't disprove it. That's the hard thing about conspiracies and all this. You can't disprove them, can you? Because they're just built on sort of faith.
Yeah. I don't believe in any of that shit. My mum believes in it, actually, thinking about it. She's been to see one of those, like, fucking people who swindles you and tells you a lot of bullshit.
Yeah.
I'm sure she told her that. So she were going to have 3 kids. Or she had 3 kids because all 3 of us were born by that point already. One of us was going to be a doctor. One of us was going to be famous. I can't remember what the third one was, but they ain't fucking come true. So.
Yeah, they tell you what you want to hear, don't they? Really?
Yeah.
You'd think it was the younger generation that would believe in that shit, or maybe it is the older generation because they're a little bit more naive, I suppose. Less information.
More religious, aren't they, old people? And I think that sort of thing goes into religion a little bit.
Yeah,
Believe-
spirits and all that.
Believe in like the soul and shit like that. I don't.
My dad told me a story about his mum saw a ghost before she went into labour with him. So it was something like one of her friends who'd passed away. So she was lying in bed about to go to sleep, apparently. This is my grandma, my dad's mum. And apparently her friend turned up and said, it's going to be a boy, and disappeared. And then she went into labour, like, straight away. And my dad's pretty pragmatic. He's a man of science, you know, like, he kind of believes it. I don't know. You never know if they're just kind of like, people tell these stories because they kind of want to sort of almost believe in it themselves, and it's nice to believe there's something else in it.
You can't believe it just off stories that people tell you anyway. That
Of course not.
Like my granddad and those grandma stories. I'd listen to the story, but I hadn't seen it myself, so I can't really just believe it based on that.
I can't remember if you remember, I showed you them 2 Australian radio hosts called Hamish and Andy. They're sort of the Australian version of Ant and Dec, but a little bit more adult humour. They went into like the UK's most haunted place ever. And obviously, neither of them believe in ghosts.
Right. Okay.
And they went in there with all this... sorry, that's my phone. They went in there with all this ghost hunting equipment. And they both just took the piss out of the whole thing the whole night. And obviously found nothing, heard nothing. And that's supposed to be like the most haunted place in England.
Yeah.
And I think after seeing that, I was just like, okay. Like, if I was there, or someone who believed there, they would definitely hear some shit or believe in some shit. But the fact that they went there and just didn't believe in any of it and were just fucking... They spent the whole night like using this thermal imaging to try and capture a fart out of Hamish's ass. They just didn't take it seriously at all, and it was pretty uneventful.
Yeah,
So,
that's it, man. I think if you go there and you're expecting to see some shit like that or hear something like that, any little noise that you hear, you're gonna be like, it's a fucking ghost.
yeah. I remember when you were a kid, didn't you? Your radiator creaks, the house creaks. You know,
Yeah.
houses make noises, man. And I remember, hearing it as a kid, you get terrified. But now it's like, I'll be in bed at 3 a.m. and my monitor just fucking cracks.
Right.
It's really weird. It sounds like, when like you tilt or swivel something on a stand, and it like maybe it's a bit old and it makes that kind of like noise.
Yeah.
My monitor does that, and just randomly on its own. But I just don't even think about anything, man. I'm just like, oh.
Remember as a kid, man, if you like woke up in the middle of the night, you could see faces in anything. Like there'd be a
Yeah.
jacket
Yeah.
or something laid somewhere in some way, and you'd be like, what the fuck is that? It looked like the scariest thing in the fucking world. I remember that.
I still do that now. I see like a pile something up on my chair or something, wake up with me in the light. It's like, why is there a guy standing there?
Yeah.
I remember watching Halloween, the 1970s version, when I was about
Right.
8 years old. You know the one?
Yeah.
And it's not even like, if you'd watch it now, it's not a particularly like scary. It is a scary movie, but it's not like, as an adult, if you watched it, you wouldn't be like, oh, I'm gonna lose sleep. But watching it as a kid, that was my first horror movie I ever see. My bedroom was like, I had just like a normal ass bed, but at the very bottom of my bed was this like old ass like oak wardrobe that had like probably about a 3-inch gap in the middle, which of course at night just looks black. For about 2 weeks after watching this film, I would lie in my bed and just fixate on the gap and just imagine this white mask just like going, from left to right
Yeah.
inside this wardrobe. And man, that kept me awake so fucking long, dude.
You've been listening to the Retrobates podcast. I'm Tuke. Fuck you. Goodbye.
Myself is Mouse. Thanks for listening. Join us again next week for whatever pointless topic we talk about and offend people in. And we've been joined by our other co-host, Rich.
Yeah, man. Thank you for listening. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. So, just let us know what you think.
Yeah, if you
Yeah,
don't
man.
do that, then we'll let a dog into your room whilst you're having sex with your... Yeah, well, fuck you very much. Tune in next week. Subscribe to the channel for more what we think is pretty funny stuff. Gaming shit, reaction videos, all that good stuff, man.
Yeah, catch us before we get banned.
Yeah, we've got 3 more. We've got 3 more strikes, and considering we've got 2 in 1 week, then
We've got 2 more strikes. Stop thinking we've got 3 more. You
2
only
more,
get
so-
3 strikes. You get 3 strikes in total, and we've got 1.
right. So okay, you got about 2 weeks to enjoy our shit.
Yeah.
Right, bye.
See ya.